Annual Status of Education report is the largest annual survey of rural children done by the citizens of India every year since 2005. ASER is facilitated by Pratham and is carried out by a local organization in each rural district in India. India has 6 lakh villages. Over these 5 years, ASER volunteers have visited almost 1 in 25 of these villages. We estimate that about 1 lakh citizens have been trained to conduct ASER. In 2009, ASER was conducted in 575 districts, over 16,000 villages and 300,000 households, and surveyed almost 700,000 children. 568 partners were involved in this mammoth effort. From start to finish, ASER takes about 100 days. Every year since 2005, the ASER report is ready by mid-January. This is the 5th year of ASER. Every year, ASER asks children whether they are enrolled in school. ASER also asks children to read a simple text and do some very basic arithmetic tasks. In 2009, we find that 96% of children in the age group of 6 to 14 in rural India are enrolled in school. 73% of these children are enrolled in government schools, and almost 22% are enrolled in private schools. 11 to 14-year-old girls who are not in school are the hardest group to enroll. In 2006, there were 8 major states that had more than 10% girls in this age group who were out of school. These are Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, Jharkhand, Orissa, Chhattisgarh, and Gujarat. All these states have shown a decrease in this number. The steepest drop in the percentage of out-of-school girls in the age group 11 to 14 is in Bihar, where the figure fell from almost 18% in 2006 to 6% in 2009. While it is encouraging that India is close to universal enrollment, there are at least 2 major concerns with regard to outcomes in elementary education. One is attendance, and the other is learning outcomes. First, attendance. In 2009, ASER surveyors visited government primary schools in sampled villages. They recorded enrollment and counted children present on that day. On any given day, the average attendance rate in rural India is around 75%. In states like Kerala, Karnataka, Himachal Pradesh, Maharashtra, Goa, Tamil Nadu, and Nagaland, 90% or more children attend school on a given day. This indicates the extent of real universalization of elementary education in these states. But there are also states like West Bengal, Jharkhand, and Madhya Pradesh, where more than 30% of the children are absent. In states like Bihar and Uttar Pradesh, while enrollment has risen to almost 95%, more than 40% children are absent on any given day. Second, let us look at learning levels. Reading and arithmetic abilities in Standard 1 are showing some improvement. Overall, the percentage of children in Standard 1 who can recognize letters or more has increased from more than 65% in 2008 to almost 69% in 2009. The percentage of children who know numbers from 1 to 9 has risen from more than 65% in 2008 to more than 69% in 2009. For higher grades in primary school, there is less evidence of substantial sustained improvement over the past few years. For example, the All India figure for the percentage of children in Standard 5 in government schools who can read Standard 2 level text has hardly changed from 2006 to 2009. This figure is hovering at the 50% mark for the last 4 years. This means that half of the children in rural India are at least 3 grade levels behind where they need to be. Of course, there are notable exceptions. From 2006 to 2009, In some states, there has been a range of more than 10 percentage points in the proportion of children in Standard 5 who can read Standard 2 level text. These states are Maharashtra, Himachal Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Punjab, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. In 2009, Madhya Pradesh, Himachal and Maharashtra topped the reading chart with more than 70% children in Standard 5 reading Standard 2 text fluently. In math, the situation is even more worrying. From 2007 to 2009, for children in Standard 5, the ability to do division problems has actually declined from 41% to 36%. Madhya Pradesh and Himachal Pradesh record relatively high levels, topping the chart in 2009 with over 60% of children in Standard 5 able to solve division problems. Chhattisgarh shows that big improvements are possible in a short period of time, 31% in 2007 to 59% in 2008. But overall, few other states show any major improvement in math. Now to another interesting feature of Indian education: private tuitions. Paid private tuition is on the rise across the country. Between 2007 and 2009, the percentage of children taking private paid tuition increased for every class in both government and private schools. In government schools, more than 17% in Standard 1 take tuition. This proportion rises to almost 31% in Standard 8. Among children attending private schools, almost a quarter take private tuition even in Standard 1. In West Bengal, more than half of all Standard 1 children take some kind of paid tuition. By the time they reach Standard 8, almost 90% of all government school children are paying for tuition outside school. In summary, over 5 years, ASER has observed a clear rise in enrollment. But we have not much else to congratulate ourselves on. 5 years of ASER shows that when focused efforts are made, learning levels improve. And when this focus is lost, learning levels reflect this by sliding down. People's aspirations for education are rising. Parliament has passed the Right to Education Act. The question is whether the right to education will merely remain the right to schooling, or whether we will keep up with these aspirations and actually provide our children with learning and a real education. "5 years, one ASER."